If you've been checking the status online of the 3 daylight saving time bills in the U.S. Congress, you already know this is going to be a very short update. Wow. Okay, so I had about half of this video put together and, minutes away from being able to click and put it out on YouTube, and I get this email. I'm paying attention, fortunately. The text of H.R. 1556 is out. I'm going to try and stumble my way through this morning and tell you what I think it says so far, and I'll put some extra effort into it in the next couple of days and analyze it a little bit more closely. But here's what I think so far. Okay, real quick here, before I get started, let me ask you to do this. Click on my channel and subscribe. If you click the little bell, you'll get a notice when I put something new out. You'll be glad that you did that. And on each individual video, if you'll either click you like it, or I don't even care if you click you don't like it, if you'll go down here into the comments and make a comment and tell me why. And for your other friends who may be interested in daylight saving time, click on the share button and let them know about Time Zone Report as well. I appreciate it. All right, so here we are with the screen up, and I've got the results of my search, and I'll put a link down below on how you can get to that search as well. So what we know is that H.R. 1556 and Senate Bill 670 are supposed to be identical. Typically, they'll introduce the same thing in the House and the Senate in an effort really to sort of help it make progress in both houses. H.R. 1601 is a little different here. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. The first two, to make daylight savings time permanent, I'll make a side note here. It should be daylight saving time, not savings. But, semantics. And then the "and for other purposes." I see this on a lot of the bills, and that's just in case they end up tacking something else onto it. They don't have to make it just for daylight saving time. It's for, and whatever else we decide to do. And then down below here on the third bill, to allow states to elect to observe daylight savings time for the duration of the year and for other purposes. So when we go in here to this bill, and you can click on the bill number there, and here you can click on the text, and the text of the bill is there, and because we have the search with daylight saving as the search phrase, everywhere it finds it, it highlights it in green. And so this bill is really in a textual format right on the website. If you're the type of person that prefers to look at it either in text or PDF, you can click on text or PDF. I personally kind of like to look at the PDF version. It is complete with these line numbers, which they often refer to. But here's what I think it really is saying to us so far, at least saying to me: the repeal of the temporary period for daylight savings time. So the idea is that they want to get rid of the Section 15 U.S. Code 260A, where daylight savings time is defined to be the second Sunday in March through the first Sunday in November. So I basically want to get rid of that. And then this second sentence of this the subsection, basically they want to strike 4 hours and insert 3 hours. Well, this is an area that talks about Eastern time, the Central, Mountain, Pacific time, and all the way over to Alaska time and Hawaii time as well. And they just want to simply change the times in the time zone, change it from 4 hours to 3 hours past GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. So the standard time for certain states and areas, it looks to me like they will allow places that have already decided and gotten approval to be a different time zone. We've got a couple of areas where a certain corner of a state is very near another state that's on a different time zone, and they have appealed to the Department of Commerce, who gets to decide, and in most cases where it's warranted, they will decide in favor of doing that. I live in Arizona, where we don't do daylight saving time, and so we don't really want to be daylight saving time advanced at all. We can't wait for the sun to go down. The idea in some of this, I believe, is to allow states like Arizona and Hawaii, who do not observe daylight saving time, to sort of opt out of this arrangement. But I believe it looks like it's a one-time deal. If you're not doing daylight saving time when we go into this, then we'll just let you stay. So I'm going to continue to read more about this and see where else we go. I do have a few other things that I do want to talk about that have happened in this segment that I already prepared. Take a listen. If you've been following the Time Zone Report, you know that I've been following bills relating to daylight saving time and time zone changes in the United States legislatures for most of the last 5 years. This year, there are 3 bills in the United States Congress relating to daylight saving time, not in the individual states, in the United States Congress. I want you to keep in touch with the progress of those bills so you'll be well informed about the potential impact to you, whatever state you live in. Now, if you would, put a quick comment down below telling me what state you live in. And to be sure you get the latest weekly update, be sure to subscribe to my channel below. Click the bell to be alerted when a new edition of the Time Zone Report hits the internet. There's only one other thing I was going to do here, and that is mention that each of the 3 bills over the last week or so has picked up some additional co-sponsors. We've got H.R. 1556, and we go into there. Co-sponsors. Well, in this particular case, we picked up 4 more co-sponsors. Representative Stubbe was on there on the 6th of March when the bill was introduced, but these others have come on board later. 3 people from Florida. Darren Soto, I've actually had some contact with back when he was a state senator in Florida and introduced bills in the Florida legislature wanting to basically put Florida on year-round daylight saving time. And at that point, I corresponded with him a little bit and I said, look, the United States Code doesn't allow you to do that. You would simply be squashed by the Department of Commerce, who is responsible for making sure that the standard time, United States Code 260 and 261, is complied with. So, the only thing you can really do is go get Congress to act. Well, apparently now Darren Soto has become a U.S. representative from the state of Florida and is jumping on the bandwagon to help get this done. And so there's one there from California. Jumping over here from Senate Bill 670, if we go in and click on co-sponsors, from the Senate, one from Florida and one from Oregon. So, I get the Florida people are in on it, but apparently the Oregon folks are as well. So several of these, additional states, additional representatives and senators are jumping on board here trying to, help push these bills through. So as I said earlier in my redo of today's update, now we have the text of one of these bills and we can start to look at it and see, what does it really mean to us? And again, from Arizona, where we don't want daylight saving time to be in place, I'm particularly interested. But as I also said, I've been following states all over the United States who've put in some sort of daylight saving time or time zone change bills and so forth for the last 5 years or so. So this will be interesting. Stay tuned.